Your Amos is doing amazing today. Welcome, welcome, friends. Come one, come all. We are talking about immigration, the wonderful world of immigration. Welcome to everyone. Um, Lots of things on my mind today. You probably have a lot of interest in the conflict between Israel and Iran, which is now going into the open. And we wonder what would happen to visas for people in that area who are caught up in this. We have a lot of clients in the Middle East, a lot of clients in Iran, and people are scared. Um, War is a scary thing. It's unpredictable. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what's going to happen next. And already the Iranians have to go to a third country to get their visas. Would that even be possible in the event of a wider war? I don't know. I mean, we really don't know what's going to happen. I've seen so many different wars and events break out over the course of my career that have caused the closure of consulates and impacted the issuance of visas. So we have to remain vigilant. And I think for anybody out there with a delayed immigration case, if your case is delayed, you should know that it's imperative to take action quickly on your case. Time is usually not on your side because if you look at the situation in the Middle East, you'd rather have your visa sooner rather than later, right? Shawadi, welcome. Welcome. Good to see you. Yeah, I call all my Israeli clients. I call all my Iranian clients and their families and their fathers. Call my client's father. Tell her I got her. Everything's going to be okay. Asylum case delayed for 8 years from G Squad 07. You better contact me because I would love to help you. 8 years is a long time. 8 years. 8 years is what? 2016? 2017? That was a long time ago. Very long time ago. On Instagram, I accidentally pressed a button for some sort of filter that makes me look kind of weird, and I don't know how to turn it off. So forgive me. It's like my cheeks look kind of baby-like. On the other platforms, I'm still the same ugly guy that I usually am, but the rest of them. How long can you sue for an asylum delay? That's a great question. And if you ask me, I'll give you my answer. I don't know what other people say. The question, though, the basis of a lawsuit to challenge the delay of a delayed asylum application is that there's been an unreasonable delay, right? An unreasonable delay. And the question is, how long do you have to be waiting before the processing time it would be considered delayed? And then how long before it becomes unreasonably delayed? So the answer, though, in my opinion, is after your case has been pending for 2 years, I consider that to be unreasonable. You submitted your application for 2 years. You submitted your application 2 years ago and they didn't interview you. That's absurd. Here's G Squad. I did contact, but your Monty from your office, this number, and the email was not valid. I couldn't contact them. That's unfortunate. Why don't you call our number? The link is in my bio and book another appointment because we wouldn't want a miscommunication like this to stop you from getting your asylum approved, which would be something that we could definitely do. Ozzy, parents stuck in DS 5535 for 4 months. I don't hear anything. We would love to help you. Please book an appointment with the link in bio. I'm also I'm going to tell you guys something that I'm working on, coming up a new format for my live show where I'm going to invite people to come on the show and discuss their cases with me. Is that something you'd be interested in doing? If you wanted to like chat with me one-on-one on live, would you feel comfortable doing that? I know not everyone would, but if you would, I would do that for free, and maybe that'll be a new format for my live show, because people type in questions, but I think it might be more interesting to just jump on. G Squad, you would like to? Yeah, okay. I would love to chat with you as well. Yes. Well, why don't you email me? You can email me in the link in bio, Joshua at jgoldlaw.com. Ozzy says, I'm a little afraid to file against the embassy. I get it. I understand. Yeah. Okay. Well, we're going to find a way to make that happen. So you're afraid to file a lawsuit against a consulate. Well, we have people who've been waiting for years and years and years, and they're afraid to file lawsuits against a consulate, and I understand that. But at some point, you just become so frustrated. You could become so frustrated that you take action on the case, and you have to. And I have tons of testimonial videos, and you can see from those videos, I always ask people, I'm like, please tell the world, did anything bad happen when you filed your application? And the result is they didn't. People get their visas, it works out. Not in every single case. It's not magical, but it often does work out. Inspirational Diva, I love your name. Do you think that the EB3 other worker category will become current in the upcoming year or early 2000? Well, I think only a fool would try to predict the future in that regard. So I can't say. I hope it does for your sake and others. Here we have someone who says the I-601A waiting time is a joke. I agree with you. It's not a funny joke. It's a cruel joke. It's a worthless excuse for professionalism. And I've been doing immigration law long enough that I know that's not supposed to take 4 years or however 3 years or however long it's supposed to take for the I-601. I think good things may happen if the Democrats win the Congress and the White House. I hope so. I hope so. That would be happy. Sean says someone has a tourist visa and is getting sponsored for immigration. Will that application cancel the tourist visa? It doesn't technically cancel it, but there is a conflict between the tourist visa and immigration, an immigrant visa. Tourists are not allowed to have any intention of immigrating. So if you immigrate, that is different. I keep looking at myself on Instagram and I have this filter on that's cracking me up. It makes my cheeks look like too smooth or something. The lighting is different. The vibes are off. Okay, we have somebody with a question. Let me know. Can a fiance visa get denied if SEAC shows refused and it's been approved by a consular officer? Bring back the Life Act. Yeah. Sign me up for that. I support that. Can a fiance visa get denied if SEAC shows refused and it's approved by a consular officer? SEAC is not necessarily accurate. So if it says refused, what that means is that their system, for what it's worth, shows that you completed your interview, but no decision has been made. A lot of times people think refused means denied, and it doesn't. Refused does not mean denied. Not the same thing at all, right? Someone's waiting since 2012. What kind of immigration case do you have, Bahar? Let me know. God's Son Official. I've been here for 8 years. I did my asylum. No interview. Oh, I hope you hire me. You better contact me. And the reason I want you to hire me is not because I want more clients. We have plenty of clients. We're busy. The reason is that we can get you an interview. And if you keep waiting, who knows what will happen? My fear is that Trump may get elected and then he'll just shut down the immigration system, which is what he did in 2017 when he became president. Can I file a J1 waiver with hardship and precaution ground at the same time? Before you consider doing that, a J1 waiver based on hardship is one of the hardest types of immigration cases to get approved. I filed one case one time and I won, and it took 5 years. So be careful with that one. It's harder than an asylum case. If you are a medical doctor, don't try it. Just serve in an underserved area. Oh, Gonzalez says her case got sent to a local office today. That's good. Do you have a time window on an interview for a fiancé visa filed in November 2022? I think it depends on the country where your fiancé is. Can I apply for citizenship? I don't owe IRS money, but I have $11,000 in credit card. If you have a lot of credit card debt, then there's nothing more American than that. Jokingly, but that's true. I don't think you have anything to worry about. Credit card debt, even bankruptcy, doesn't have anything to do with naturalization. There's no credit score required for naturalization. Taxes, unpaid taxes, that's a very different matter. I hope the I-601A will move faster. Definitely hope that. What is the green mark? What does the green mark mean? Your green card status? I don't know what that means. Here we have Carolina Saracho. Welcome. Bienvenidos. I couldn't hear what I said about the I-601A. What I said about the I-601A is that I think it's horrible how long they make people wait. And will they ever get around to making it go faster? I don't know. I hope so. EB3, will I get my work permit through TPS so I can work anywhere? If I get my work permit through TPS so I can work anywhere in the US, I don't know what the question is. Miss A and E says, how to self-petition if you are domestic violence victim by your husband. That's horrible. First of all, I'm really sorry to hear that you're in that situation. My first piece of advice for VAWA people who want to apply for VAWA is to seek out resources for domestic violence. I'm an expert at certain immigration issues, including VAWA, but when it comes to domestic violence, you need to, number one, keep yourself safe and get some therapy and counseling. So there's that. After that, you should consider hiring a lawyer. You can contact us using the link in my bio, and we could help you with your case and make sure you get approved. Those are challenging cases. Can low-income housing affect my citizenship? Probably not. Probably not. Here's a question from Ahmad Bilal. My case changed from application pending to decision pending. How long can I get my? I don't think either of those things mean anything. One Love, excited to meet with me on Wednesday. That's awesome. Naturally, I'm excited as well. I started a new immigration case today for a Somali woman in Nebraska who applied for her sons in 2016, and they had their interviews in 2019, and they never got a decision, and her children are waiting in Kenya. It's horrible. Do I do asylum? We do not prepare new applications for asylum. We do help people who have asylum applications that are pending, that are stuck in the immigration system. We do that. How old do you have to be to apply for parole in place for my parents while being in the military? 21. What is asylum? Asylum is a way to request legal status in the United States if you're afraid to return to your home country because of fear of persecution based on your race, your religion, your ethnicity, your political opinion, your membership in a social class. Asylum is a very important part of the immigration laws and immigration system. Rich Zambrano, I have 22 years in the U.S. paying my taxes every single year, and can I get a permit? I'm not sure what you mean by a permit. In order to get a work permit, you have to qualify. You have to have some sort of way to get a work permit. I'll throw out a few ideas. TPS, DACA. You could have asylum and you can get a work permit. Lots of ways to get a work permit. Hello from the Dominican Republic. Saludo. Can you do TPS for Ethiopia? I believe so. Bria, welcome. Lots of questions about the visa bulletin. When will the visa bulletin become current? I could never answer that. Here we go. Manmeet Gill Realtor. Why does the embassy require resume for IR5 visa and put into administrative processing? I don't know why the embassy would require a resume. I've never heard that in my life. What's the best state to file for asylum in? That's a great question. I would avoid North Carolina, Georgia. Some of these states just have horrible, horrible records. Very hostile place. Do I speak Spanish? La verdad es que puedo hablar un poquito de español. Sin embargo, nunca habla ese idioma en las redes sociales. We have a channel that's in Spanish that I try to put content on. How about Colorado? We have, I'm not an expert on where the best place to apply for asylum is. We don't prepare and file new asylum applications. We help people with delayed asylum applications. So, proof of domicile, that's a good question from Top 10 on YouTube. Let me know. I can talk more about that. Is it wise to avoid red states when filing for asylum? I can't say that. No, these are good questions. Proof of domicile. Brit in San Diego. I like that. I like that name. Slightly better weather in San Diego than United Kingdom, unless you're in Gibraltar, maybe. Maybe it's better weather than Gibraltar. Proof of domicile, bank account, phone bills, job offer, voting registration. How about where do you live? How about where do you live? How about a driver's license? How about car insurance? How about proof that you have a car? Where do you live? Do you have a house, an apartment? Um, that would help. No, in Canada? You're in Canada. Um, I He was in Spain right by Gibraltar, but English, now living in San Diego. Um, Living in the south of Spain, living in San Diego. Brit in San Diego is living his best life. I can assure you of that. Here's a question from Mohammed Abu Kar Mohammed. Tell me about how many days Mandamus lawsuit. Well, people ask me, how long is it going to take to get my visa or my green card or my citizenship if I hire you to do a mandamus to challenge the delay? And the length of time that it takes generally depends on the facts of the case and some other factors. If you've already had an interview, it's going to take less time than if you're waiting to get an interview. So that's one thing. But I would say if you're Mohammed, please tell me, have you had an interview? Like, what kind of case do you have? What's your situation? Please let me know. Um, Top 10. Oh, DV lottery. Okay, so I want to finish the domicile for top 10. So maybe a letter from your aunt saying, hey, my he's going to live here. Top 10. He's going to live at my house, and we look forward to having him here. Um, I think that would help. Driver's license if you can. So the DV lottery for Mohammed, if you did your interview, you absolutely have to consider doing a mandamus lawsuit because, as you probably know, Mohammed, DV lotteries are absolutely, absolutely urgent. They're urgent. And you have to be approved by September 30th or before October 1st because September 30th is the final day that you can get approved for this case. And if you owe October, you should definitely consider hiring me. Mohammed, if you contact my office, make an appointment for free. We would love to talk to you more about mandamus because I think it would work really well. And, we get lots of people who contact us in July and August, and they're like, we want to hire you for a DV lottery case. It's too late. It's not going to work by then. There was a good question up here. Location says, how do I get a hold of me? My contact information is in my bio on TikTok. You can email me. You can book a call with my team. You can call directly. Let's see here. Can you have an EB3 perm pending and marriage case pending at the same time? Yes. Yes, you can. Here's a question from Monmeet Gilreeler. How often does the government file dismissal in writ of mandamus lawsuit? I mean, it happens. It happens. I would say 10% of the time, maybe 20% of the time, maybe less. I'm not quite sure. But we file responses, and it's not a big deal for our office. It's something we do all the time. No, there's no risk your case being rejected. Mohammed, where do you live? Where was your interview? Let me know. Oh, lawyer approved my I-601A, but I am separated from my wife. That affects the process. Yes. My advice to you, Fernando, is to get some flowers and get back with your wife. Um, I say that jokingly, not knowing your situation, but yeah, that it's kind of a deal breaker because the whole I-601A case is based on showing hardship to your wife. And if you're not with your wife, well, that kind of puts a new paint job on that waiver, right?